Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work for you guys. Let's get open for business, and maybe I just need to stay open for business here. And let's wake up the football gods up there. Okay, so I just got you guys an update on the Jason Garrett situation. Um, there is no news on that front thus far. What we were told is that Jason Garrett told his assistants that if you have expiring contracts, basically go get yourself a job. There were no you're fired, you're let go, you're coming back, none of that. It was if you have the opportunity, basically go get one. And apparently, Kris Richard is taking that advice because the New York Giants, who we heard that Jason Garrett would love to coach the New York Giants if he's let go by the Cowboys. Apparently, the Giants had their sights set on another Dallas Cowboy coach, where Kris Richard will be interviewing for head coach on Thursday. Now, this may be the good old Rooney Rule interview just to go ahead and go through the exercise, but then again, it might be that, hey, maybe there's something to Kris Richard. Um, a lot of people will say, well, Kris Richard and that defense stinks, but hold your brakes right there. Just slow down your roll on it because he was not the defensive coordinator. He was the passing game coordinator, and he didn't really get to implement his system, so to speak. To me, it was still the Tampa 2. He's here. It's Rod Martinelli's defense. Yes, he may have called a lot of the plays, but again, you're calling plays off a list of another man's menu. So I won't go through and say that he's trash because of what he did here. If you look at his resume, from when he was with the Legion of Boom, where he was the defensive coordinator. When you look at the guys that he had that were all pros and a defense that was number one in the NFL 3 years running, the worst being 13th in the NFL when literally half of the defense was injured, you can look at it and say, this guy knows how to coach. And I won't go through and say that one season means that he doesn't know how to coach. And I will also say, take a look at two coaches that are pretty successful right now, and Sean McVay, who was in with the Washington Redskins, as well as Schottenheimer. Excuse me, Schottenheimer. Jeez, I'm having a real brain fart. The 49ers coach. I've had more and more things slipping lately. Um, wow. Anyway, both of those coaches were offensive coordinators for the Washington Redskins, and you got to figure that Sean McVay, coming from the Redskins, wouldn't have been able to do what he did with the Rams in 2 years and get them in the Super Bowl. So the Giants, they might be making a really good move by trying to get ahead of the curve with Kris Richard. So I don't know what the Cowboys' plan is. If they're looking at doing a complete overhaul with the team as far as coaches go, in which case we're not looking at bringing anybody in, or if this is going to be another typical Jerry Jones deal where I'm going to hire the head coach and I'm going to hire all the other coaches and keep a lot of what's there. Now, what we have heard, of course, is that at least the little birdies told me that what the Cowboys were looking at is if you have an expiring contract, you probably aren't going to be brought back. So that is like Sanjay Lau, that is Kris Richard, that's Rod Martinelli, that's Jason Garrett, that's the special teams coach, that's Nesbier. So these guys, you're welcome to find another job if you can. In the meantime, some of the coaches that are there will return. Now there'll be some questions on whether or not, and of course we've heard rumors, we always hear rumors, that Jason Witten is a coaching candidate. Tight end coach? Or are we talking head coach? Who knows? We also, of course, have talked about Sean Lee. Sean Lee knows more about football than most linebacker coaches do. And is that a possibility? Now, we hear that he is a California guy and would like to be back in California. So there's so much stuff that's just in flux right now. But again, Kris Richard on Thursday will be interviewing for the head coaching vacancy with the New York Giants. Other teams aren't waiting. They're out there trying to make some moves and find the right coaches for their players. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, hopefully I'll be back in time for my regular live stream at 9 o'clock. If not, we'll go on a little bit late, but sure to tune in for the latest and hold tight. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because there's going to be a whole lot of change for the Dallas Cowboys, and we want to make sure you're up to speed with all of it. I'll see you soon.